All right, this is in your 8.2 packet. It's the third page. It's the practice page. We're going to do 5 of these together, and then I'll need you to do 5 of them by yourself. So, when we have a 45, 45, 90 triangle like we do in number 1, we know that the hypotenuse is always the leg times the square root of 2. So that's my hypotenuse because it's across from my right angle, and we know these are our legs. So if my leg equals 13, that means that x is going to have to be a 13 because it's an L, and those are the same. We know that the L right here is a 13. So for the y, it's just going to be 13 square root of 2. Let's look at number 2 together. Number 2 is also a 45, 45, 90. So we know that the hypotenuse is going to equal the leg times the square root of 2. And we know these guys are going to be my legs. So I'm going to make some room here to write. So if 30 equals L, the square root of 2. I got to get L by himself. So I'm going to divide by the square root of 2. So now I know 30 over the square root of 2 equals L. But it is illegal to have a square root in the bottom of a fraction. So we're going to multiply the bottom and the top both by the square root of 2. Square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is a 2. 30 times the square root of 2 is 30 square root of 2, and that equals L. 30 divided by 2 is 15. We just keep that square root of 2. So in that problem, 15 square root of 2 equals L. So what is x? X is L. L is 15 square root of 2. What is y? Y is L. L is 15 square root of 2. Number 3 is a 30, 60, 90. We need to label all our sides. The short side is always our L, so L equals 3. Our hypotenuse is always L times 2. And our y is always L square root of 3. So I know that L equals 3 because my information told me that. So x is just going to be, x is going to equal L times 2. Well, what do we know L is? L is a 3. 3 times 2 is 6. So in y, for y, we know L is 3, and then we just write square root of 3 at the end of it. Let's look at number 4. This one is a 30, 60, 90. So we know that the hypotenuse is always 2L. We know that the y is the short side in this case, so that's my L. My x is my middle side, so it is L square root of 3. All right, so the first thing we have to do is we have to work with these numbers right here to get what L is. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2. I get L equals 17. Okay, well now, L equals 17. If this is an L, means y is 17. If this is an L square root of 3, it means x is 17 square root of 3. Number 5, I've got a 45, 45, 90, and that, my legs are always the L's, and my base right here is L square root of 2. To get what L is, I need to divide by the square root of 2. 10 square root of 2 divided by square root of 2 marks out, and I'm left with 10 equals L. That means that y is 10 and x is 10. All right, I would like for you to do 6, 7, 8, and 9 on your own. Just figure out what the x and y are. When you're done with that, I need you to get out your 8.3 packet. All right, for your 8.3 packet, we're going to talk about the right triangle similarity. It means that when an altitude, remember that means height, is drawn to the hypotenuse of a right triangle, then this big triangle and then these two small triangles, they're all similar, meaning we could set up a proportion and they would all cross multiply. So because they are similar, we want to label them and identify them. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to color my three triangles. I've got A, B, C, which is this purple one, the biggest one. I'm going to write it up here, and I'm going to turn it so they're all sitting the same way. So when I do that, I get B at my right angle, I get C at this corner, and A at the peak. I also need to take out my other triangles. So now I'm going to take out, oops, meant to be red, sorry. I'm going to take out this one. I'm going to turn him on his part like this so I can compare him. Here's his right angle. So D is at this guy's right angle. His peak is also A, and his corner here is a B. I got to get one more triangle out of there. I'm going to get this green one out, except that's red. Wow. I'm going to get this little guy out, this green one. I'm going to turn, he didn't even need to be turned. He's already on his side. So I'm going to draw him up here. He's a little guy. All right, and I need to label his corners correctly. His right angle, it's kind of hard to see, sorry. His right angle right here is a D, this corner is C, and his top is a B. So now we need to write a similarity statement once I've pulled these triangles apart. So I'm going to say that ABC, triangle ABC, is similar to triangle ADB, which is also similar to triangle BDC. Now, if you can just look at that one triangle or those three triangles all together and pick that out and write in the correct order, you're amazing. But if you're normal, then you're going to have to pull them out and write them like I did. So let's do the same thing for number 1 now. All right, on number 1, let's look at these triangles. I've already colored them and drawn out the smaller ones, but we need to label them so they're all turned the same way. So the right angle on the big purple one is a Q. The peak up here is a P, which makes this one an R. The right angle on the red one would be the S. Its peak is a P, and its other side is a Q. The right angle right here on the blue one is an S. The peak goes up to Q, and the other is an R. So now I write a similarity statement. So for the purple triangle, I'm just going to go PQR, PQR is similar to triangle PSR, which is similar to triangle QSR. All right, flip over to the third page in this packet. The third page looks like this. I just want you to do number 1 and number 2. Pull your triangles out and label them, and then write your similarity statements, okay? So do that for number 1 and 2. Thank you.